That'll do. Perfect. Okay, so my name's Jordan, technical director at the club. What we're going to do, or the purpose of tonight, is just to give you some ideas about some training sessions that you might do or see with your teams, and just give you a little bit of, some insights and things that you might want to do as well. So we are recording it, so if I talk fast or my accent confuses you, it's not a problem. It'll all be on the video, so you'll get to rewatch it. There's a load of session plans in your Power Up as well when you log in, so there's a bank of session plans in there. As I said to the last group as well, if you go on OntarioSoccer.com, under the coaches tab, there's a thing that says grassroots session plans, and I think they have like 52 weeks worth of session plans in there, so there's loads of resources on that as well for you as well. But I say, just to give you some ideas and some things that you can try and implement with your groups this summer. Just checking, this is for you guys are all coaching, I think it's like u10 and up, right? Yeah. Perfect. So starts to get a little bit more soccer based, u10 and up. So the players have been playing for a few years, most of them. You'll have some new ones. You're starting to get more positions. You're thinking about bigger groups and coaching them or trying to give them more information. Like I say, I'm going to try and give you session ideas or parts of session ideas that don't require a ton of equipment, and that if you really struggle, don't need a lot of coaching either. So lots of game-based stuff, lots of active stuff where you don't have to give them too much information. It'll help them get practice and experience different things, and then hopefully they can take that on board into the games. And I say, I know from U10 to U16, they're always a little bit different because the game format changes. But if you break the game down, it's all 1v1s and 2v2s and stuff like that. So we'll do lots of smaller stuff that can hopefully be expanded into your games. We will do some active stuff. So if you want to join in, perfect. If you don't want to, don't feel like you have to. If you're not joining in, all I ask is if you just kind of stand level with the camera so you're not kind of in front of the camera. And then if you do want to join in, we're just going to move that way. We'll start with a little warm-up just to make sure we're stretched off and everybody's okay. And then we'll start doing some sessions and stuff. Okay, any questions before we start? Are we okay? When we start playing the game stuff, we'll play passively, because I know I've probably not got shin pads and things. I don't want anybody getting injured. I don't want to write a report somebody got a broken leg because there was a 2-footed tackle in a coaching education session. So we'll do it kind of passive, and we'll kind of do like a dummy session just so you can see it and get a sense of what it looks like. But yeah, if you want to join in, we're going to move this way into the big red square. And if you want to just watch, you're more than welcome to just stand kind of near the fence or level with the camera. And if you want to join in and say, we're going to do some stretches and stuff, so I'll just give you some dynamic stretches you can do with your players. Just some key basic ones to make sure your players are all stretched and loose when they're playing. So we're going to go anywhere kind of in the red box. Just ignore the green cones and everything. Just start moving around, just jog around, get your legs loose. Just start to stretch off. So you're just going to start moving for me. So anywhere inside the red, perfect. Just getting your legs warmed up, just different movements. And then I'll start giving you some stretches and things like that, but just start moving for now. Perfect. Just make sure we're stretched and we're good to go. Good. Just keep moving. Good. And then good one, we get our place to skip. So we can skip and ask them to coordinate opposite arm, opposite leg. So to skip with my left leg, bring my right leg up in the air. Bring my arm in the air, sorry. Good, and we can also ask them to do circles. So as they skip, can you swing your arms forward? Can you swing your arms backwards? Can you cross your arms in front? Things like that. You can get them to do different things with their arms, so coordinating different movements. And then we might do things called opening the gate. So we're going to go into a slow jog. We're going to stop, lift our knee up in front, open that, and bring them back together. Okay, so a little jog, knee up in front, out, and then back together. Little jog, knee up in front, out, and then back together. Good, so we're just stretching kind of the inside of our legs, our groins. Good, keeping our hips facing forward. And then we're going to go the opposite way. So hips still facing forward. We're going to go out and away and then back together. So as if there's a chair or a box, I'm bringing my leg up and over and back together. Yeah, I'm going to try and keep my hips forward as much as I can so I'm not twisting my body. Yes, I'm not going like that and then turning my whole body. Okay, I'm just bringing my leg up and over. Yes, it's a way up and over. Good, like you're lifting it over a box or a chair. Perfect. So we call it closing the gate. Yes, we open and close them. We can do some calf sweeps. So as we're walking around, heel to the floor, toe to the sky, leg nice and straight. We're just going to bend as low as you can go and just sweep the grass, so you don't have to touch the grass. But as you're moving, just a sweep. I keep moving, sweep. So just making sure that leg is straight. And I say, you don't have to go super low, like I can't touch the floor or anything like that. So you're just getting that leg down, just to feel a stretch in your calf muscle. Perfect, so that'll be calf stretch. Perfect. And we can do high knees, so I won't make you do lows, but we just put our knees in front. So lifting our knees up in front. And we can do butt kicks, so kicking your heels into your butt. You should feel it in the front, and then high knees, you might feel at the back a little bit more. And you can alternate between the two. We can do swing your leg across. Obviously don't kick anybody, but you can bring your right leg opposite your left hand, so on and so forth. Yeah, you can do knee to elbow as well, so opposite knee, opposite elbow, same kind of thing. Then you can combine, you can go knee up in front, leg out the back, and then forward. Bit of balance as well. Yeah, so knee up, reach back, forward. And again, you don't have to do all these. I'm just trying to give you a few different ideas for stretches. And then we have things like side shuffling, so you can get them to be low. Side shuffle. So again, we're just getting used to pushing off and accelerating and decelerating. So we've got little side shuffles that we can do. Yep. And then things like squats and lunges are good as well. So when we're doing squats, the main thing to make sure with the kids is our knees are not sliding forward and our toes don't disappear behind my knees. So if I can't see my toes anymore, my weight is going forward into my knees, which is bad for my knees. I want my butt to go back, so my weight is going backwards. So if you see, my knees don't really move. Yeah, my butt is going backwards. I'm trying to keep my chest up. Yeah, so imagine when you squat bar, weight's more in the heels. Okay, knees aren't going too far forward. Same with when we do lunges. So again, when I lunge, we think of going forward and lunging, but I don't want my knee going past my foot because then all the weight is transferring into my knee. That's not good. So my knee stops at my ankle and my back knee goes down. So from here, I'm down there. That's my lunge, and then I'm up. Yeah, so step forward. I drop my back knee down. And you're trying to get like right angles at your ankle and your knee. Yeah, so right angle at my hip, right angle. That's my lunge, yeah? You do backwards lunges as well, so you can step backwards. Yeah, and drop that knee down. Or you can step forward, but dropping the back knee down. Okay? Good, everybody okay? Awesome. And then you've got all, you've seen all the types of like static stretches that you can do, all that sort of stuff. We're just generally making sure the players are stretched and warmed up and good to go. Okay. Sorry, I just need to check my plan. So what we're going to do, because it's more soccer-y based with these age groups, with the younger ones and on the videos we did some tag games and some fun, silly stuff. You can do that as well. It is fun for the older ones to warm up as well. I'm not going to show you those here because you'll get the video and you can see the tag games. I'm going to try and give you a little bit more soccer stuff because the younger groups, it's less soccer-y stuff. It's more fun, active. You guys, you've got players that maybe want to try and play next level or want more information, so I'm going to try and give you a bit more info. Okay, so what we're going to do, the first thing we'll do is I'm going to talk about 1v1s. Okay, so 1v1 is like the base level of soccer. So wherever I'm on the field, I'm probably playing against somebody. Okay, so whenever we think about a 1v1, it's generally the attacker, the defender, the ball is involved, and there's some type of scoring mechanism. Whether it's me trying to get into a space or kick the ball into a net or pass it into a space or pass to another teammate. Yeah, it's about me, the defender, and then my next outcome. So I'm going to show you a really basic 1v1 and how we can layer it in and make it more challenging, and then how we can tweak it and change it to give you lots of different outcomes. Okay, so all I need is, if anybody wants to join in, just grab a soccer ball for me. There's about 8 soccer balls. So again, not everybody's going to join in. Yeah, go ahead. So if you want to join in, go grab a ball for me. And then if you've got a soccer ball, I need 2 players to stand one in front of the other here, and then 2 players one in front of the other down there where the other 2 red cones are. So 2 there, and then 2 this way for me. And then we're going to do the same on the opposite side. So 2 players with a ball on the red line between the greens. So let's have 2 here. Yep, so I need 2, and then 2 there, and then I need the same over here. So I need 2 here facing that way, and then 2 just a bit further across between the reds. And if you don't have a ball, all I'm going to ask is that you just stand outside of the red cones for me. Perfect, so if you 2 can just come this way for me. Come across, perfect. And I've got, with a soccer ball, just stand there for me. Perfect, and I've got a couple here with a ball, perfect, and a couple there. Okay, so what's going to happen is, to start with, we do it on a pose and we'll turn it into a tag game. So we're just starting to think about changing direction, 1v1 without the ball, thinking about that. So, what's your name, sorry? Naomi. So you're going to be the attacker, I'm the defender. We don't need a ball to start with. All you're going to do, Naomi, we're going to start on the red line. When you're ready, you're going to run forward. As you run forward, I'm going to come and try and tag you on the shoulder. You're going to try and go between either these 2 green cones or these 2 green cones, yeah? So you're trying to attack the space. I'm going to try and stop you, so I've got to try and tag you on the shoulder. Make sense? Ready? Go. Okay. So I'm going to do it fully speed because I'm old and slow. Yeah, but basically we're trying to go 1v1, good. Naomi's trying to find a little gap to get past me, good, and then accelerate into the space. Awesome. And she go through the gates, the green gates, and we switch sides. So then, Naomi, you be the defender, and I be the attacker. Does that make sense? Yeah, so if anybody wants to play and have a go at that one, you can try and do that one for me. So no ball, we're just trying to dribble or run through the gates, sorry. Okay, defender, try and tag them on the shoulder. Attacker, try and run through the green gates. When you're ready, off you go, you can start playing. Yeah, so I need 1 attacker, 1 defender. Good, there you go, so you 2 go. And then the next 2 can go. Good, on here as well, first attacker, first defender. Do you want to go? Yep, so you're the defender, this is the attacking side, yeah? Yeah, you got it, perfect, off you go. Yep. Yeah, just try and tag her on the shoulder. And attacker's trying to go through the greens, good. Good, well done, good. And then switch sides. So you switch and change positions. Good, and then your man gets your go. Got a perfect demonstration. Yeah, you ready to go? You want to go? See the greens? You're going to go try and run through the greens. Ready? Go, go, go. Good. Oh, tough attacker. Go get him, go on. Good job, yes, well done, good. Keep going, go through the green. Go through the green. Good job, well done, good. Perfect.
My turn now?
Yep, and then you switch and go the opposite way. Good, so any games like this, 1v1, if you've got, let's say you've got 12 players in a squad, rather than having 6 and 6, could you build 2 and do 3 and 3? Or could you build 3 of these and have 2, 2, 2, 2? Make sense? So you're not having people waiting for ages at the back of the line. There's lots of turnover, players are going, lots of repetitions, lots of chances to play. The only thing you need to manage as the kids get older is how tired they get and how quickly they get tired. So if you do this at full speed with kids, you're going to get maybe 2 minutes out of them. I generally go based on how many's at the end. So if I have 2 here and 2 there, I'm probably going to go 2 minutes. If it's 3 and 3, I'm probably going to go 3 minutes and then have a break. Really, we don't want 4 and 4 because if it's 4 and 4, you could have 2 twos, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you're trying to go 2 or 3 in a group. Perfect, good. And relax. Okay, so now we're going to make it more difficult. So everybody needs a ball, attackers and defenders. And if we run out of footballs, we can just share a little bit. So, young man with the ball. What's your name, sorry? Trevor, perfect. So Trevor, exactly the same game. You have to control your ball and go through the gate. I have to control my ball and try and tag you. So we're not tackling. Yeah, so this is going to give the attacker, it's going to be a little bit harder because they have a ball, but it's not so difficult because I'm not trying to tackle and take the ball off them. Make sense? So we go, off we go, Trevor. So now I'm trying to track Trevor's movement and keep the ball. So as Trevor, yeah, keep going, you've got it, sorry. Yeah, good. So you're trying to track him with the ball. Make sense? So it's harder for me, I'm not trying to tackle. Yeah, he's got a bit of time, he can get his head up and look at the gates and things like that. So that's how we would build that in and make it a bit easier. So we can play that. So everybody needs a ball, attacker and defender. You're still trying to tag the attacker. Attacker, you're trying to dribble through the gates, okay? So when you're ready, off you go. Good, so here we go. So we've got 2. Good, yeah, well done, that's okay. Good, that's all right. And then change sides, good. Yeah, and just change the ball around, good. Good, there you go. So take that ball through the green. Good job, go past him. Go on, you've got him, go get him. Good job, well done, good. And switch sides. Good. Good. Good, we'll do a couple more. You kind of get the idea. It's, just making it a bit harder. Good. Good. And relax, perfect. So obviously the last one would be a defender is tackling, trying to win the ball. We won't do that because, again, shin pads and things like that, I'm not going to make you tackle each other, okay? But obviously the last one, attacker with the ball, defender without the ball, try and take the ball off the attacker, okay? Yeah, lots of reps, which is what I want to do. When I'm trying to coach something like this with the players that you're working with, I would ask a lot of questions about what they're doing and how they're trying to go past the defender. Yeah, so generally it's some kind of fake or deke or movement. Yeah, it's either me moving my body and dropping a shoulder, or I'm moving the ball. So if I move the ball towards the left gate, the right gate becomes open. So now can I get to the right? Yeah, if I fake to the left gate, the right gate is maybe open. Yeah, I'm looking to see if that defender moves. So if I make that step, does the defender move to let me go the other way? Yeah, these are the things you're kind of asking and looking for in the 1v1. Okay, we're going to change it. So I'm going to give you a different angle now. So we spoke about attacker, defender, and an objective or space or a goal. So if what's your name, sorry? John, so if you stand kind of between the 2 greens and face that way without a ball for me. Okay, so same setup, different game now. So John, you're still trying to get between the 2 greens to score. Yeah, I won't tackle you, but I would be tackling you in this game. So you're going to face that way. Perfect. So now we've just had the defender come in from in front of a player. Now the defender's coming from behind you. Okay, so we're going to start like this. Okay, don't look, John, don't cheat. Perfect. So whenever I'm ready, I can throw or roll the ball to the side. As soon as John sees the ball, he's going to go to the ball. Ready? As soon as John moves, I'm going. So now the defender's coming from behind John. So John needs to determine whether he can turn and go past me, or does he need to protect it if I'm closer? Yeah, still the same game, still the same objectives, but we've just changed which angle the ball is coming from. Now the pressure's coming from behind. We come this way, John. We can do, we can go from the opposite side. So we can go this way. So if you come up further, John, for me. Good. So what we can do is I can maybe pass the ball to John, you pass it back to me. Good. And then I kick it over there. Now play. Okay, now I'm coming from this angle to defend against him, and John's trying to get to the green. Yeah, so I've just changed the starting point and where the pressure comes from. Yeah, and it's just giving him different things to think about and worry about as an attacker, where the defender's coming from, where do you attack to, how do you score, those kind of things. Yeah, we could do it from the side. So let's go this way. And a different start point there, so we did a little bounce pass. It might be, excuse me, John, if you turn away again. So I might roll it into space, yeah? Or if John turns back towards me again, we might do bounce passes to start. Yeah, it depends maybe on the players, because passing, if the passing skills aren't great, what some of them will do is if you say pass it behind John, they just smash it over there and it becomes difficult. So it might be a case of, John, if you just start face away, if the passing's not great, just get him starting hands, just go like that, roll it. Yeah, and then we go. So now the angle's coming from the side. Yeah, you've got to stop the ball and turn. Good, well, good decision, John, well done. Yeah? So I'm just... Yeah, so it could be the two greens. We could do, what else could we do? So if I leave the two greens there, John, if we go back to the middle. So if we wanted to change it up again, we could now have the middle as the, or play from the middle. But I could put like a green gate there and a green one here. Yeah, so different sides. So now your decision is you go left or right. So again, what we might do is if you face that way again for me, John, come a bit closer. So if I go like that and throw it in and play, you can go left or right. So you might fake good. So if you can drive that way, perfect. If I'm catching him up, he might turn and go back the other way. Yeah, but it's still a 1v1. Then there's pressure, the defender. He's now got to make a decision whether he goes left or right with pressure behind. Yeah, and again, I can do it from in front. So it might be that we can start here. And I can pass John the ball straight on so he can see me. And then you decide what to do when you get the ball. Oh, sorry. So as soon as I give it to you, you decide what you want to do. Yeah, so you could turn and just go the other way. Perfect, so you might take a touch that way, good touch, and then try and go here. If I catch him up, he might turn and go back. Yeah, but I'm just giving you like lots of different, there's different ways you can structure it. Sorry, I don't want the safety pin on the field. Failed my equipment check. Yeah, so like lots of different things in a 1v1, different ways to set it up. I'm using a rectangle, you could use a square, you could use a diamond, you could use a circle, use a triangle. You know, there's loads of different ways you can do it to make it, you know, like a challenge to the players. What we could also do as well, John, is ball could start in the middle, and you might have seen like the numbers game. So if you've got a group of players, let's say there's 3 players here and 3 there, and I'm number 1 in my team, and John's number 1 in his team. And maybe we tell everybody you've got to start sitting down. When the coach shouts your number, you both spring up. Number 1, we spring up. It's a race to get to the ball. Whoever gets it first is trying to score in a goal. Yeah, we could come from the side, we could come from each other, from each end. So I might be there, John might be there. Yeah, so we could do that as well. Still a 1v1, and then you can manage who you play against. So like if me and John are both very good, maybe we're number 1. And if we've got Billy and Tommy are kind of okay, but they're similar level, they can be number 2. Yeah, so we're balancing who's playing against. It's no good if I'm super, super good and Billy's terrible and I keep playing Billy because Billy's going to get really upset. Yeah, so that way with the numbers, I can kind of manage who's playing against who, and we can have different, you know, different players playing at a time. You can turn that into a 2v2, so it might be 2 of us. So come on in, young man. Yeah, come this way. Come on. You're number 2, yeah, I'm number 1. John, you're number 1. Naomi, can you be number 2? So again, we might be like this on the side. The ball's in the middle. Yeah.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, sorry, Siri. So ready? So the coach might say 1 and 2, so we're all in, 2v2, ready? So I might come in and protect it. Go, go, score, go, score, go, score. Yeah, so we might play 2v2. You could do 3v3. You could do goals at the end. If you've got nets, you can use nets. If you've got one big net, you could have one big net and like a line to get over. Yeah, so I say I'm trying to show you without loads of equipment what you can do, but I say if there's a goal and you want to do some shooting with this, one team's trying to score in the net, one team's got to dribble maybe outside the penalty box between 2 cones. You could do it that way, and then switch who goes which way. So 5 minutes that team 1 is going towards the net, 5 minutes team 1 is going towards the line. Yeah? So lots of different things you can do for 1v1. What I'm going to do now is the easiest way to start to teach passing. So everybody generally puts 2 players facing each other and they pass the ball backwards and forwards. And that doesn't really happen much in a game of soccer. So what we can do is we can use something like a rondo or a keep away, just to keep the ball away. Okay, so you see it a lot in warm-ups and things like that, and a lot of like Premier League teams and stuff will do it, and it looks super fancy and complicated, but it's not. And you can make it as easy or difficult as you want by changing the space. So if I have a really small space to start with, can I get 4 more players? Just come to this green box for me. Perfect. We've got 1. So can you grab a penny for me as well? You don't have to wear it, but just bring one. Perfect. Yep. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So if I'm joining in as well, let's have, if I take that ball, can I get one of you to stand between the 2 greens? One there, and then with the yellow, can you just stand in the middle for me? Okay. So, yep, perfect. So this space is very tight, so we're going to have to work really hard with our touches. You're just trying to win the ball off us 4. Okay. Yeah? Say again? 1 touch. Yeah. As many touches as you want, yeah? So I would say, generally what I try and say with things like touches, I don't put the touch rules in unless they're very, very good. Because we might solve different problems by having more touches than we do with less touches. Yeah, and it might be that actually if I take a couple of touches and draw you this way, I might be doing that knowing that if I turn and go like that, that's how I solve the problem. But if you tell me I've only got 1 touch, I can't do that. I don't learn how to do that. So just be careful with touch rules. You can put them in, but don't use them all the time. Yeah, but like I said, this is 4v1, so if we try and keep the ball as best we can, there's no touch limit. See if you can win the ball. Perfect. This is where I'm going to lose the ball. Good, well done. Good, perfect. And generally when we're doing something like this, good and relax, you do 4, the kids gravitate to the corners and they get stuck in corners. If I play in a corner, I only have this much space to play and I can't move. If I play on a line, I have 180 and I can move along the line. So I don't know if you saw then as I was playing, I'm adjusting and shifting as I need to help my teammate. Yeah? Tight space, difficult. Pick that cone up for me. And then just go a couple of steps that way. Perfect, and go a couple that way and a couple that way. So now if we make the space bigger, and we change the player in the middle because we don't want the player in the middle to get demoralised and bored. Yeah, so player in the middle, what I generally say, if you win the ball, you can switch with whoever you win it off. If it's more than 30 seconds a minute, then you get to switch. So can you just go to that line for me? Perfect. So a bit bigger space, new player in the middle. Now it's harder for me after work, there's more space to cover. Ready? So 4v1, can we try and keep the ball away in the bigger space? Yep, good. So if you're working with a U10 group or a younger group, they might need more space because they need more time to take the touch and look up. But also that's going to be harder for me, so I've got to run further. So I might not be able to do much in the middle, so you might only have me in for 20 seconds. Another thing you can do is if these guys make 10 passes, then switch the middle player. It's an easy one. You don't have to count time and stuff then. If they get 10 passes, I'm done, I'm tired, I'm not chasing after 11, 12, 13 passes. We switch, you go in the middle. Yeah. Make sense? Depending on your numbers as well and how good the team is, we can always add to this. So, could you do me a favour? Could you go on that line? I'll take the penny. Sorry, I'll take the penny. So now we can go 4v2. It's obviously more difficult for you guys to think about now because there's 2 of us. Yeah, and we're working a bit harder to try and win it. Good. Yeah, I say working hard. I'm just jogging around because I'm tired. Yeah, so perfect. So we're working as a 2. And again, we make it bigger, we make it smaller, depending on how much success we're having. We want some success, but it shouldn't be a case of the defenders never get anywhere near the ball. Yeah, and again, we can go even bigger than this. Let's get, coming in, and I need some more, yeah, coming in. Let's go 6v2. We need to make the space bigger because there's more of us. So let's just expand the green a little bit. And let's go 6v2. So now we're really gonna have to work quite hard. Yeah, so inside the greens.
And we have to grow the space.
Perfect. Yeah, so now we're just trying to win the ball as a 2. Yeah, so if we play, so good. And like I say, depending on how many numbers are in your team, you're gonna have to adjust it. But we've made it bigger to accommodate more numbers. Yeah, and it's more difficult and more challenging for the defenders. It's a bit easier for the attackers. Again, if they're good, make the space smaller. Okay, and again, don't feel like you have to stop this every 2 minutes and make loads of coaching points. In that very short thing there, we've thought about passing, we've thought about receiving. Yeah, we're looking at the defenders and seeing where the spaces are. Okay, so instead of us just doing this backwards and forwards to learn passing, with no pressure, we're not thinking about anything, we're just kicking a ball to each other. Yeah, so in a game of soccer, you wouldn't really ever just kick a ball to somebody without a thought. There needs to be some kind of thought between what we're doing. Okay, but as soon as I say, Right, 6v2, keep the ball away. Now you got to think, if I'm closing you down and blocking this side, what are you going to do? Yeah. Okay, and now we're thinking about our defending. So you're getting loads of different things out of this game. Yeah? And I say, you don't need to be massively complicated in what you tell the players with this. You just split, great pass. So, things like that, can you play it between two players? Yeah, so can you get the players to play it split passes or nutmegs and things like that? So we're giving them different challenges to make the game harder, easier, more complicated, depending on the number of players you've got. You could even do, if the team is really, really just learning, do 7v1, make it really easy, but just do 10 passes and switch. If they can't do it with the ball at the floor, let's throw the ball to each other. Yeah, but if I get tagged, so move a bit closer. Can we all come a bit closer? So if I get tagged by the defender, you're not trying to, if you intercept or tag me, you get to come out. Ready? So, yep, just throw it around, go win it, go get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Yeah. Yeah. So now we're getting an idea of moving the ball away from the defender. So without using our feet, yeah? So we can start with this, okay? And then we can put the ball on the floor and we can get more space and we can have more time and things like that. Okay, so that's a really good, easy one to coach. A little bit of passing, a little bit of receiving, and a little bit of defending. Okay, the last thing I want to try and do, can I get maybe 6 players into yellow pennies? 6 players in yellow, 3 in yellows, 3 without a penny. But I'm just looking for 6 players. I'm going to show you how to do maybe a little bit of a game without nets and things like that, so you can try and teach them some of the game principles without goals. So that one can stay, that one can stay. Perfect, thank you. So I need 3 with yellow pennies on, 3 without any pennies on, and can I get maybe 2 that want to be in orange that don't want to run very much? Who doesn't want to run very much? Oh, you're a fit young man, you. Anybody want? Yeah, go on, Naomi. Perfect. So what we can do, Naomi, you're going to stand along this red line for me, and you can move anywhere along that red line. And what was your name, sorry, with the orange?
Alex.
Alex, you're going to see where the red line is there. You can move anywhere along the red line, but you're on the outside, okay? And I've got 3. Perfect. Do you want to stay in for me? I'll play with you guys. So 1, 2, 3, we're a team. Yellows, you're a team, okay? We'll play like a target game. So what we're going to do is, if we play the ball to Alex, perfect. So yellows, you're in possession. You're trying to get the ball from Alex to Naomi. Make sense? We're defending. We've got to try and win the ball. Yeah, if we win the ball, then we try and get it from Alex to Naomi. Okay?
So we all in the same team?
So you 3 are on the same team. You're trying to get the ball from Alex to Naomi.
And what about you guys?
We're defenders. We're trying to win the ball off you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so play. We're going to play inside the red square. So off you go. Play. Good. Yeah, play. Go. Good. Yeah, play.
Our team, like, he passes it
Yeah.
to us.
So you've got to get it from Alex to Naomi. Yeah, so play.
Okay, with us, right?
So you've got to play to the yellows, yeah. So you're not going to kick it straight across. So when you're ready, let's go. Good. So play good, so you can play back to him, good. Let's try and win the ball. Ow. That's my ball now, I just had the ball. Perfect, good. So if I intercept it or win it, now it's our job. Ready? So now we can after the ball, good, and we're playing non-pinnies. Good, and if we can, we're trying to play forward. Oh, got it, yes. Can we get it to Naomi? Nearly. Good, so we've got some direction. In a game of soccer, you're playing towards a big goal. We don't have a big goal, maybe you don't have the equipment. We're trying to play to a target player. Naomi might be my striker, Alex might be my goalkeeper. Yeah, so can I get the ball from the goalie to the striker? It's part of the game. Yeah, so if we don't have nets, this is one way we can do it. Okay, so keep playing, so play to yellows, good. Good, so now we're starting to think about, this might be a defender. We might have midfielders playing further up. Good. We're starting to think about things like spacing. Yeah, and where we need to be, so hold the ball, Naomi. So if we all run towards Naomi and do this, everybody come, yeah, come on. Okay, is that hard or difficult? Or easy, sorry?
It's okay.
It's okay? Well, who are you going to pass the ball? It's a bit chaotic, we're all close together. So, yeah. So now we've got to start thinking about spaces and things like that. So we can talk about things like width. Say we're very narrow. It's really difficult to play through these yellow players to go that way. So what if I come this way and go a bit wider? What might this player do? He might come towards me, so come towards me a little bit. But what's that making now? Gaps and spaces. So now can you see a gap? Yeah, we'll try and play through the gaps. Yeah, so 3v3, very simple game. We're starting to talk about game concepts. Whip to try and stretch and play through people. Yeah, standing behind. So let's say if, could you go down there for me? Alex, can you take the ball? Can you go over there for me? Perfect, so you guys give me the whip. So one to the left, one to the right. Can you give Alex the ball for me? Okay, so we've got my whip. Okay, now I'm looking for a gap. So now maybe I'm a centre midfielder trying to find the space. Yeah, so can I get the ball? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, good stop, yeah? But I'm trying to find that space. If they block the middle, where could you go, Alex? So if these guys block me, where are you going to go? Yeah, go on then. Okay, so now what do I do? Here's my gap. Yeah? Make sense? Good and relaxed, good and freeze, good. Okay, so we can do that with targets. We could use gates. So again, if I wanted to put green gates in the corner, we could dribble through a gate. Okay, we could do an end zone game, so like a throwy football. So that line could be the end zone. So if you're on my team, it might be you have to receive it behind the line, so now you have to start making runs into space. Oh, you're ruining my session. That's all right. That's right. Ready?
I don't know how to do
That's okay. So if you start running, now we start to think about playing through balls. Yeah, he's got to receive it in the end zone. Good, then it might be team yellows go the other way. Let's say gates. We can have gates to run through. We could have little nets if you've got nets. We could have one team going to the big goal, one team playing to a target. Yeah, it's all different ways you can do it based on what equipment you have and what things what are at the field. You can, if you've got enough of them, you can have things like balls on cones. So it might be that if I get the ball from Alex, yep, my goal might be that. My goal might be that ball. So I might have to try and hit the ball. Oh, rubbish. You might have 3 of them. You might have, you know, a line of them. That might be your target. If you don't have nets, you can still play a game. Yeah, we're going in a direction, so towards an end goal or an end product. We've got multiple players and teams, okay, and we can try and replicate the game without having the big nets at the end. Okay?
Yeah.
And again, something like this, depending on your numbers, you can maybe do 2 of these if you wanted, so like 3v3s. Lots of repetitions, it's fast, it's more intense. If you've got more space and bigger numbers, you can maybe do like a 7v7 with target players, and then it looks more like the game. But it depends what player numbers you've got. If you've only got 10, maybe you're going to do 4v4 in targets. Maybe you're going to do 5v5 with an end line. Yeah, or 5v5 with gates. Yeah. Here we're playing in a square. Maybe we play in a rectangle, so it's a bit longer. Yeah. We could also, if teams are finding it too difficult to play in attack, we can start to add zones and add different things in with the zones. So let's say if I make the field into thirds, and sorry guys, give me a second. If I give Alex this ball, okay, what I can say is, in the first zone, there's only 1 defender allowed in the first zone. So when Alex has the ball, if the non-pinnies are playing and it's their ball, so like my team, yeah, so only 1 defender can go in, so you might go in. Now it's a bit easier now because it's a 3v1. This, if you look at a game, if Alex is the keeper, these might be 2 centre-backs and that's a striker. So you would see that when they play out from the back. So if we play just a couple of passes, perfect. Now I'm still looking for space. These 2 defenders can't move up, so I'm trying to find the gaps. So I might come here and get it. Good. Now, can you move up and attack? Good. So now we can move forward and the game's real. So we can do whatever we want. And I might play to Naomi. Good. When he goes to Naomi, 1 defender in the first zone. So again, I might come up and defend against the yellows. It might be 2 yellows. All the yellows might come back and play. Yeah. But now it's easier for them to get out of that first little bit. Yeah. And now we start to play and move up through the midfield into the forward. Okay. And again, you can do that on a big scale. We can go all the way across the field. You can have zones. You could have 2 zones. You can have a half. You could split it in quarters as well. There's loads of different things you can do. Okay. I'm just going to check if I had anything else. Are we all done listening to me talk? I think that's everything. Perfect. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. I say we've gone very quickly through a lot of little things, but it's more just to give you a lot of ideas and different things that you might be able to do. And like I say, we're not looking for the superstar coaches of the world. We just want you guys to try and make sure the players are as active as possible and as engaged as possible. Yeah, and try and give you some ideas that might fit in with what the older teams, with older players would be looking for. Yeah, so again, no lines, nothing really static, like as much as possible there. A lot of players were moving, even the 1v1s, we're only ever doing groups of 2 or groups of 3, so there's not much standing around and waiting. So generally, the more active they are, the more happy the players are going to be. They'll be tired, they'll be sweating, they'll be red-faced. The parents will be happy because they'll be tired and go to sleep when they go home. And you'll have